Wi-Fi died, and he's just been scrabbling around getting us all here, and I've been trying to figure out how to log in, and I don't have permission, so we owe everything to Ollie. So thank you so much, Ollie, for being, let's assume you're a cool, calm and collected presence behind the screen, which you may or may not be. Okay. Oh, definitely, he's saying in the chat box. You are pretty amazing the way you cope with these dramas, Ollie, when they happen. Good. Yeah, lots of praise for Ollie in the chat box, which is good. And people saying hello, which is nice. Ollie rocks. Yes, he does. Good. Okay, so I think we'll just go straight into it tonight because it's already past 7 o'clock. 73 of us, which is really great. So I've got this amazing little quote that I wanted to read out tonight, and then we'll base a meditation around that. And it's from a Buddhist teacher called Mingyur Rinpoche. He's a Tibetan teacher, very sort of westernized, young, and yeah, a really wonderful practitioner. And he says, ultimately, happiness comes down to choosing between the discomfort of Ultimately, happiness comes down to choosing between the discomfort of becoming aware of your mental afflictions and the discomfort of being ruled by them. So ultimately, happiness comes down to choosing between the discomfort of becoming aware of your mental afflictions and the discomfort of being ruled by them. Yeah, very simple little statement, but I think really, really good on lots of levels, because I think often we think happiness is if our life was perfect, we didn't have any pain, we didn't have any difficult mental states, then we would be happy. And of course, that's never going to happen because we live in bodies that age and have illnesses and aches and pains, and we live in a world where it can rain when you expect it to be sunny, and politicians doing strange things. We can't control the external world. But I love this subtle distinction between the discomfort of becoming aware of your mental afflictions and the discomfort of being ruled by them. Because, of course, when we're ruled by our mental afflictions, we're going to be deeply unhappy because we're completely lost in the story, lost in the narrative, lost in whatever it might be. So we kind of become our mental afflictions, or it could also be our physical pain. We become that, and there's no distance between the experience and what we think we are or who we think we are. But with mindfulness, we have this ability to insert a little bit of space between the experience and our awareness. So say you're angry, you become aware that you're angry. And as soon as you're aware that you're angry, you're no longer ruled by the anger to quite the same degree. The anger might still be very strong, of course. But as soon as it's like, I'm angry. This is what anger feels like. That's very different from just being the anger. And very often what happens is we become our afflictions. Or you might become your physical pain. That's all there is. There's just the physical pain. And you think that's everything. That's what it can feel like, isn't it? But happiness, this word happiness, fulfillment, awareness, contentment, you can call it lots of different things. We may still have the unpleasant experience. If we've got a physical pain condition or a long-term health condition, we will still have the unpleasant experience. So thinking that we can only be content or fulfilled when that thing goes away is, well, it's never going to happen, is it? So you're never, ever going to feel contented and satisfied. But if you realize that the contentment and the satisfaction comes from, I'm aware that I've got pain, I'm aware that I'm finding it a little bit difficult, I'm aware I'm fatigued, and here I am, I can feel my body on the chair, I'm breathing in and out, I've got awareness, and I'm no longer ruled by that experience. So I think that's the key thing, to learn how to not be ruled by whatever our experience might be. And another way of talking about is being completely identified with whatever's happening. And I think, the normal unaware human being we're completely identified with whatever experience we're having, whatever experience is popping up this moment. We just think that's the way things are, that's the way we are, and there's no element of sort of agency in the experience. Whereas mindfulness gives us agency, it gives us the ability to know what's happening and then to make choices as to how we respond to that experience. And a very simple practice that we'll do tonight is the breathing anchor, or the body anchor, should we call it that. And that's where you give your awareness something to keep coming back to. So you notice that you've maybe had a few moments where you've been ruled by a particular mental state, a particular emotional state. You sort of wake up and you think, oh gosh, I've just been completely lost in worry. In that moment where you wake up, you're having a moment of awareness, and you can choose then, you can keep on being lost in the worry if you want to, but you'll know from your own life experience that there does not lie happiness. Or you can think, I'm just going to give my awareness, my mind, another object of awareness, which is going to be the body. So I'm just going to come back into my body, feel my body on the chair or the bed, whatever it is that we're resting on, and sort of step out of being completely lost in that experience. Sometimes the language that's used is decentering, which I think can be a bit confusing because, of course, we're trying to be centered in the body and centered in our awareness, but it means decentering in the sense of stepping out of being completely lost in our afflictions. I quite like this word affliction, actually. I think it's what it can feel like, that we're afflicted by the passing mental state or the passing physical experience. Good. So someone's asked to put the quote in the chat. So look, I'm just going to do that straight away because I have it right here. And then you can see it in the session. There we are. Okay, so let's have a go. We'll do the simple practice of the breathing anchor. So I'll lead us into body awareness, breath awareness, and then I'll ask us to be aware of any afflictions that may be present, gently and kindly, and then to have a little bit of a go at choosing to step out of being ruled by that affliction to simply being aware of that affliction. And that's a very, very, very important distinction. Okay, so if we choose our position, and you can do this meditation practice sitting, you can do it lying down, you can do it standing. And maybe this is the first choice that we're making in this practice. How do you want to position your body? What position of the body is going to support alertness and yet being as relaxed and comfortable as possible? What position of the body is going to support presence? Of course, the body and the mind are very, very connected. They're not two. So how we position the body will affect the mind, of course. And then beginning to settle, closing the eyes if you'd like to. Otherwise, just lowering the gaze. And allowing the body to rest down into the position that you've chosen. Feeling into the points of contact between the body and the support. And let's see if we can yield the weight of the body through those points of contact. And beneath the chair, there's the floor, and there's the whole planet. So let's let the planet hold us. Feeling the feet in contact with the floor or the bed. And having the hands positioned in such a way that they are supported so that the shoulders can fall away from the midline of the body. So if we're sitting, we could have the hands on the legs or in the lap. If we're lying down, having the hands either on the body, palms downwards, or at the sides of the body, palms upwards. If we're standing, having the hands resting at the side of the body. If you'd like to, you could take a deeper in-breath. Then on the out-breath, maybe making a noise. Release and let go. Then let the next in-breath flow back in its own time. And then when you're ready, allowing your breathing to find its own natural rhythm. And feeling it. This quality of opening in the whole body on the in-breath, subsiding in the whole body on the out-breath. And for many of us, we'll probably still feel that our awareness is located in the head. It's very, very common. It's we can think that thinking is taking place. It can feel like thinking is taking place there, and we're completely lost in our thoughts. So let's have a sense of our awareness sliding down out of the head to fill the body, pouring all the way down inside the legs, all the way down inside the feet and the toes. So allowing the legs, feet, toes to become full of awareness. So we're not thinking about the legs, but we're resting inside the legs. And they might be becoming known to us through sensation, pleasant or painful, or temperature, sense of the legs being warm or cool, some kind of energetic sense perhaps, buzzing or tingling, fizzing somewhere in the legs. Or maybe dullness, numbness. That's still an experience, of course. Let's see if we can meet whatever is arising in the legs with an open, receptive awareness, kindly awareness. Coming up to the buttocks, resting on the chair, the bed. We're letting them be soft if we're standing. Yielding, resting, soft. And allowing awareness to flow up into the torso. Let's be aware first of all of the belly, soft front of the body between the pelvis at the bottom and the ribs at the top. Allowing the belly to swell a little bit on the in-breath, subside a little bit on the out-breath. If it feels agitating to be with breathing, you could simply be with the weight of the body resting into the support. grounding and stabilizing. And the chest, the ribs, expanding, subsiding, the lungs filling, emptying, breastbone rising and falling. Opening, subsiding in our own rhythm. No need to force or strain. Again, for some people it can be agitating to rest in the chest area, in which case you could drop deeper in the body. Always looking for stability. And now allowing our awareness to fill the whole back of the body. The lower back and the middle back and the upper back, full of awareness, the length and the breadth. Checking that the buttocks are still soft at the bottom. And again, really feeling into how awareness is showing up in the back of the body. It might be unpleasant sensations or pleasant sensations, or a mixture, or dullness or numbness or tingling or buzzing, temperature. This pain here or any other part of the body. Seeing if we can be aware of it rather than being ruled by it. Very important distinction. And the whole torso, front, the back, the sides, inside, surface. The whole volume, opening a little bit in all directions on the in-breath, subsiding, yielding, releasing a little bit in all directions on the out-breath. Shoulders falling away from the midline of the body. Just resting gently into gravity. And then awareness pouring down inside the arms all the way to the fingers and the thumbs. Checking that the hands are still resting, fingers soft. Now coming up through the arms and the shoulders into the neck and the head. If we're sitting, letting the head be poised lightly on the top of the neck, releasing through the base of the skull and yet openness in the throat. If we're lying down, letting the head be heavy, resting into the pillow or cushion. Letting the jaw be soft, lips soft, tongue soft. Eyes soft and the forehead soft. And seeing if we can feel inside the head or having a sense of the inside of the head. You won't feel it directly. But seeing if we can feel into the physicality of the brain. Rather than it just being a swarm of thoughts, let's see if we can feel it as a physical organ resting. It's mostly water. So feeling into its fluid nature. And now broadening to be aware of the whole body, the legs, the torso, the arms, neck, head, face, whole body all together. This whole body as a cloud of sensation, a cloud of experience, always changing moment by moment. And yet stable, grounded. And when we're aware of the body directly, not thinking about it in the abstract, but experiencing it directly, its weight, the sensations, the breathing. As soon as we do that, we're present, we're here. Because the only time you can experience sensations and breathing directly is now. Past sensations are memories, future sensations are ideas. So coming into our sense experience is a way of coming back into the present again and again. So using this as an anchor, just noticing, are there any afflictions present? Any particular mental states that seem enticing, that you could so easily be ruled by? They might be aversive or they might be more craving. And what's it like to be aware of them and then to choose to disentangle a little bit? Shift your awareness back into your sense experience in the body again and again. So having a few minutes of unguided practice now to practice this, to play, develop the facility of awareness and choice. Ultimately, happiness comes down to choosing between the discomfort of becoming aware of your mental afflictions, or physical, and the discomfort of being ruled by them. When we're ruled by them, we'll definitely be unhappy. But when we're aware of them, we'll just have the discomfort, but we can also be content and satisfied, even happy. Every time you notice you're lost, you've become identified with some kind of mental state. In the noticing, you're mindful, you're aware, and you have this choice point. You can choose to shift your awareness back inside your sense experience, inside the body. And now very gently bringing this meditation to a close. And again, if you're completely lost, you just notice that without judgment. And then choosing to rest in the body, feeling the weight of the body. Meditation is called practice because that's what we're doing. We're practicing. When we practice something, we don't expect to be perfect at it. That's why we practice. So bringing a little bit of movement to the body as we draw this practice to an end. Opening the eyes when you're ready. Come into bigger movements if you want to. Yeah, just noticing the effect of that practice. Good. So, thank you all very much. I hope that you did at least have one moment where you were able to step out of being ruled by your mental affliction or physical, or the sort of mental states associated with the physical difficulty. And that you just had at least one moment of that training, and just noticing the effect, noticing how you feel. Yeah. And Ollie's put a little note in the box with a donation link if anyone felt they would like to donate some money to Breathworks to help keep these sessions free, then obviously we'd really appreciate that. And we offer a lot of scholarships and bursaries for people who can't afford our courses. And then this Tuesday session, as always, free, has been for 2.5 years, and we're determined to keep it that way. Good. So there's the link. And if you want to put any comments in the chat box, it's always nice. And I'll read them out, just because we sometimes people don't want to be peering at the screen, or they're not able to peer at the screen. And we don't want people to be doing that if it's not going to be helpful. So thank you, lovely practice. Awareness of my pain softened it. Say, comment what? I love these comments because there's just a few words. Awareness of my pain softened it, but that is so remarkable, isn't it? What a statement, just to know that awareness itself can soften the experience of pain. Then lots of thank yous. And to Ollie, wishing everyone a happy Diwali, which is the Hindu festival, either yesterday or today, so that's fantastic. And then thanks so much, Vidyamala, Ollie, and everyone. It's always nice to see how pain can change with awareness and staying in the moment. Yeah, how pain can change with awareness and staying in the moment. Really useful and enjoyable. And then lovely to feel calm after a very busy few days. Thank you, Vidyamala and the team. And then Vidyamala, I loved your quote about happiness. It will stay with me. It reminded me of a quote by a woman called Nightbird, who lived, as many of us do, in the company of prolonged, persistent discomfort. Her quote is a good companion with Mingya's. And this is the quote: "You can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy." Oh, that's very good. You can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy. Yeah, because we'll be waiting a long time if we do that. We do indeed have some choice to be happy no matter what. And then thank you, so relaxing. I just wanted to stay there. And thank you for the moment of calm and slowing down. And then a jewel of a practice, one I'll return to again and again. Thank you so much. And another one, thank you. An oasis of space in my hectic mind. Yes, an oasis of space in my hectic mind. That's wonderful. Being present for me and my afflictions, feeling tears tethering on the edge of my eyelids, on the edge of the moment. That's very beautiful, very beautiful. And then another one, thank you so much. My mind is calm after being in touch with awareness. Someone else, this meditation has made all the difference to me today. Thanks. And then another one, completely grounding and stabilizing meditation, soothing the sciatica. Thank you very much. Yeah, good. Soothing the sciatica. That's good to hear. And then someone else, that quote says it all. Yeah, it does. I think it's brilliant, that quote. Just one little sentence says it all. Another one, I also love the happy choice thoughts. Yes, made a big difference to me too. Okay, good. So let's leave it there. And may you all have a week where you are aware of your mental afflictions rather than being ruled by them, at least some of the time. And really look forward to seeing you next week. So go well, everybody. Be well, or be as well as possible. Good. And if you want to unmute to say goodbye, then by all means do so.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, Vidyamala.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ollie. Bye,
Thank you so
everyone.
much. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vid. Congratulations for the OBE award.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you next week.
Yeah, good.
See you next week.
Thank you, Vidyamala.
Good. And thank you for the lovely quote, Ed. It was beautiful.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful.